cool. They do. And they've gone down in price. This thing right here, I washed this thing accidentally and it doesn't work half the time, but it has better sound quality. And I think this one's 32 gigabytes and this one's 16. And the sound quality is not as good on these ones. And so I got this one. This one's only got like, I think 8 gigabytes or something like that at Walmart. But it doesn't hold a charge very long. You can't listen to it very long, and you can't do a shuffle on it. So you have to listen to everything sequentially. So this one is just like a backup just for holding music on and listen to if you... I don't know what the deal is with this one. These two are good. They're consistent. I haven't washed them. That's the problem. This one is my best one, but I accidentally had it in my pocket and I washed it. And then Ruby told me put it in rice and it worked. It recovered, but it still has trouble. I mean, if you put it in the washing machine through a whole cycle, but the thing still works, which is pretty impressive, for to get washed in a washing machine. I thought it was dead. And Ruby told me, she goes, no, put it in a thing with rice and it worked. And it's alive, but it doesn't always work. And so, but they're like $30 now. So, I'll have to go, they said they have them at Walmart. I'll check at Walmart. If they don't have them at Walmart, I'll go check at Best Buy. Just hope, make sure nobody in the CIA runs me over, right? You're so cute. I've gone through the parking lot of the Best Buy 16 times since then. I'm just kidding around. I always laugh when I go through there thinking, okay, where's the sports car with the little secret agent man or woman waiting to run me over? Good old Las Cruces. Yeah. Fucking psychotic military immigrants. Yeah, they're assholes. They're aggressive and they cover the whole planet. They can get in a plane and fly across the world, drop bombs, and come back home and have dinner with their wife and kids after mass murdering other people's fathers because money's real and the Lord's Prayer doesn't exist. Sit down for supper and say, "Dear Lord, thank you, good dear God." And you're like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? Been doing it for 10,000 years. Why stop now? Because it needs to stop. They had a video they showed me on the thing, and it had this science fiction looking character. It said the world before the flood. It's like, okay, well, where's the scientific evidence to prove this? And where's the scientific evidence to prove that the entire planet was covered in water at one time? Atlanteans. Okay, there is none, guys. There's no scientific evidence to show those sci-fi characters that they say existed before the flood, that God washed away for us to inherit the planet. And there's no scientific evidence to prove that the whole planet was covered in water at one time. Now, Moses explained it to me when I was a kid. Okay, when we've explained this hundreds of times. But yeah, no, it was his world was washed away. There was a global shift because of a difference in symbiotic life form activities. It can be human beings, it can be leaf eaters and predators. Okay, that can make global shifts happen and affects the rotation of the planet, this and that, and then the sun could say, hey, balance the. Things are getting out of balance here, and the sun can pull gravity. It's interesting the way that symbiotic relationships work. It's a lot like a body, okay. And so it's neat, and I sit and I watch, and because everybody's, well, he just steals this information. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. I'm faithful, and I don't lie, and I don't manipulate people to feel powerful. So therefore, I'm a better source of communication and scientific evidence than scientists that are studying manipulation and manipulating others in order to feel important and powerful. I couldn't watch the Huberman Kid anymore. I can't watch any of them. I couldn't watch the talk with Neil deGrasse Tyson and the other guy about social media's effects on kids. I can't watch that shit anymore. Just forgive debt and trespass, love one another's heart, faithful peace, and shut the fuck up. Stop talking. Maybe if you didn't talk so much, life would make more sense. Yeah. Oh, look, sunrise, sunset. Go listen to the association, not the basketball association where people talk about children are living in poverty. That's because they need them to feel hopeless. Either die with fentanyl or fight your way to the top of the WNBA. fucking nuts. We all can't be professional basketball players, but we can all kill ourselves with fentanyl. And then be on the 6 o'clock news where the professional basketball players make lots of money to feel better than you. And it sucks. I sat and watched old little Kimi Kardashian talk about her relationship with Kanye. And Kanye's bipolar. Kanye has large group communications because of his social position, because being a celebrity that lots of people listen to, so lots of people talk to him. Do you understand? Okay. Women can gossip and tune shit out because they don't have the hemisphere between here. Men, it's really hard. All the voices come at you, and what the fuck do I do? Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Forgive debt and trespass, love, one, eternal, faithful peace. Have a nice day. Jesus walks with you, but you don't listen. Maybe you're too concentrated on your wife's tookish. That's okay, I'd be too. Me and Kim were married and I wasn't poisoned to death by the military. Or he never stops having sex with me. That's not true. When you're on your cycle, I give you baths and chocolates and foot massages. I don't suck on your toes because it's a erogenous zone and I don't want to get you excited while you're on your menstruating cycle. I love you too. Big fat meanie. Okay. She's not fat. No, I'm just being silly, big fat. Like, it's fat, like your head is fat. You got a fat head. You're a big fat head meanie, right? You're a meanie. No, I don't want to have sex with you. You're mean. I don't like you. You're mean. My skin doesn't look good because I'm getting toxins out from my liver from my vaccination. Well, I'm allergic to vaccinations because I have one of the most healthy immune systems in the entire world. Flu shots make me, oh God, it's horrible. I never got them before the military. Then they gave them to me and it wreaked havoc on me. And then they gave me a medication that was worse than the flu shot, but I was out for 3 days, passed out, and stuff. And then they realized that this guy does not get a flu vaccine. Don't vaccinate this guy as much. So they changed my vaccination things slightly. Vaccinations are not good for me. I remember when I was a kid, I was worried about it because I didn't get a shot. I signed it off on when I was in Tucson. And I got worried I'm going to get that disease and die. And I didn't. Took the oral polio instead. But, and didn't get the other one because what's that thing called? Forged it. And worried about it. No, it was one of the smartest things I'd done. I probably would have gotten horrifically sick if they had vaccinated me back then on that thing. Because it was a different, newer vaccine or whatever and stuff. And they compounded it, and it would have really wreaked havoc on my body. So past, present, future operate at the same time. So I forged the thing and didn't get vaccinated. Well, what can I say about the little voices in my head? The vaccine in 2019, it was an act of hope, not faith. No. An act of hope that the ladies in the Temple Set Illuminati that they used to head fuck me with, you'll never get this, Borat's sisters, would come through for me. They didn't come through for me. And now I've a fucking liver this size of the football going, no, it's cancer, I'm dying. So you're saying going, no, it's going to pass. Give it about 6 months and it'll start to alleviate and then you'll be fine. Your bowel movements are still working. You're tough. Okay. Just Suzuki, water, wash every time you go to get better out than in. Just, the pen, like you told Emily with the breathing with her asthma, it's if you fall into a pool, you just hold your breath and walk out. It's not the water that kills you, but the panic. So just, and I'm like, God, this is horrible. Because this is disgusting, Earl. This is terrible. And you go through that panic every night because they attack you with it and they throw you back into the drowning pool. You'll never, this will happen. Oh. And they use intimacy and romance. Sex is like, okay, it's getting to the point where it's like, hello, I'm 60. Amy has a special place in the Gospels. Amy Sue Robinson, Amy Sue Fabre, because she actually ended up on the side that wasn't, we're going to eliminate all this egotistical fantasy bullshit of the Messiah forever. She ended up on the side that was they were going to use to try to destroy me. And she's been the only person that I can consistently have helped to keep my prostate going because she was abused sexually by these perverts. And I help her understand that she's not the pervert they are. and that her sexuality is a product of their science projects and not of her mental and emotional acceptance or design. So, kind of like a lot of the people that happened with the Nazis, that, they had that blonde girl that had all that horrible things. That's how women cope with that kind of disgusting stuff. If the Nazi Party hadn't been invented by the Allies calling in the debt on the Germans because of make them pay for World War I, which then caused World War II, those women wouldn't have been in that sexual kind of situation, and they needed sex to forget about life for a while because of how horrible the things they were a part of and had to do, and they had to accept it because otherwise they'd end up in the same situation. The hot blonde lady that was the sex deviant or whatever in the concentration camps. It's just I talked to Amy. Amy Sue, she's German, and she's African. And horrible sex cult murder and violence, like the prison riots in fucking in New Mexico and stuff. And so, you go through that stuff, and people pray to me. And when those horrible things happen, people ask God, why'd this have to happen? First of all, I'm not God, I'm the Lord. Secondly, okay, you don't blame God for people denying faith in God and not respecting the glory of life and in people. And you have to do it in animals too. The book of Daniel. You don't treat animals like, quote, animals. You realize, like, have you ever seen the beginning of James Fenimore Cooper's adaptation of the movie with Russell Means and Eric Zweig and Daniel Day-Lewis? Okay, and when they killed the deer at the beginning of the movie, and they come and say a prayer over the deer and thank the deer for being alive so they could live and eat, and we don't we love you, we had to kill, we had to eat, and stuff, and so thank you for being the deer and thank you for feeding us, and and so it's thanking God for the deer for your life, and it's seeing it as something sacred, not as, hey, going hunting, gonna put its head up on my wall, taxidermy office on every corner, this is Coffeen Avenue in Sheridan, right? And the steaks suck because they're all New York. If you're gonna get real Western food, go to the Cattle Baron here in New Mexico. I'm pretty sure it's the same in Texas. You get a real piece of steak, you get a doggy bag, take it home and feed the dog. There you go, diddly do, right? Instead of Wyoming, I'm like, this is Wyoming. This is Buffalo Wild Bill Hickox or whatever. Yeah, and they were all about making money and putting on a show. Fuck, son of a bitch, we suck again. Right? It's horrible. Me and Amy went to that restaurant. I was like, the fuck is this? This ain't a steak. Amy was like, Earl. I was like, no, I'm Amy. We used to go to the Cattle Baron all the time in cruises. You know how good that was. And you got the salad bar and you got 2 doggy bags, right? And so it was funny, but it was like, no, this is Wyoming. Wyoming, like New York? The fuck out of here. New Mexico's more Wyoming than Wyoming. I was mad. I was like, what the? No, this is a steakhouse in Wyoming. I expect half a cow. Okay, just kidding. When I say a steak, I expect a quarter. I expect a big old T-bone with the. I ordered the thing, and they bring out this little thing, and this is my steak. That's how much I paid. We should have gone to Walmart, and I should have lit a candle here at home and put on music and did Let's Get It On. Then we got busy on the table afterwards, like Dr. Evil and Frau Barbissina. Yeah, we're doing that next time. Oh hell yeah. No restaurants, no more, no way, no miles. No way, no. You don't need to say please to no man for some happy tune, right? Crackling Rosie, make me a smile. So Amy's got a special place in history because she showed up. All the women that showed up in my life because they trust in the Lord and they believe in him. Thank you. All of you women that trusted Michael Aquino, Antoine LaVey, and still do, in their technology and their money and all their virtual presence perverts. I don't have to damn you to hell. You're still there. It's, hey, 2 and 2 is 4. Life's a 10. Grace is 7. I mean, if you can't figure it out, I can't obviously figure it out for you. I've been doing it for like the last 15 years. It's like you do understand what's happening. And this time the technology good. And then when the technology can stop human manipulation and then show the real evidence of the Gospels, we won't have to watch sacred. That stuff didn't happen in those years. It's happening now. But okay. I love you guys. We'll talk later. I'm going to go do my chores. Peace out.